Southern Indiana in blue and red, PointLoma in green and white, and we are underway. The officials, Randall Anders, Chris Hudson, and Justin Shamian.
One thing you're not going to see in this game is much zone. Southern Indiana's played one possession all year. PointLoma's played a few, but not much.
Here's Alex Stein, who needs 20 points to become the school's all-time leading scorer. His first shot won't go, and the rebound is grabbed by Ziggy Satterwhite. PointLoma 30-4. And in the Elite Eight last night, they defeated the 3-seed Queens 87-74 in an early turnover.
Boy, that was a big miscommunication there between Beverly and Satterwhite.
Meanwhile, Southern Indiana last night taking out the number 2 seed West Texas A&M, beat them by 10, 94-84. That bucket won't go for Emmanuel Little, and once again cleared by the Sea Lions out of San Diego, California.
Both these teams are happy to play half-court basketball. Very solid offensively and solid defensively. Boy, they better be close to hummus, I can tell you that.
And a foul inside is going to go on the Eagles. That's Kobe Caldwell, the junior from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Shot clock was at 8. It resets to 20. PointLoma comes in riding a 10-game win streak.
Boy, very aggressive on Hummus there.
Wow. And Hummus hits from deep. Mentioned earlier today, named the Division II Player of the Year. He had 22 points last night in the Elite Eight win over Queens.
That was a big-time shot because it was contested very well by Southern Indiana.
And Steve, you mentioned it in our open, some looks at the next level. Every NBA team has been at a PointLoma game this year, scouting the junior Hummus.
Well, when you're 6'8", and you saw that quick release there.
And a takeaway as Rodriguez races up ahead. Nearly a carry. Instead, they'll reset. Satterwhite off glass for 2, and a nice start to quiet this crowd by PointLoma. And they've got some fans here as well, making the long trip. Great Hummus with the block. Once again, Rodriguez pushes in transition. And a bad pass there, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Sea Lions. Rodney Watson in his 10th season as the Eagles head coach is 2 wins away from tying the school record, which is held by Bruce Pearl, now the head coach at Auburn. Watson with 229 wins, Pearl 231 victories, including a national championship in 1995.
Oh, he's too open.
He'll take another 3, and it won't go this time. And Stein tracks it down in the corner. Here's Little. Back out Caldwell, and they work it around.
A lot of motion offense they run. Organized freelance. They try to get good spacing.
Jumper for Little, halfway down and out. And the rebound to Beverly. PointLoma has started the same 5 guys every game this year, and that starting 5 features 4 seniors and 1 junior, a very experienced unit.
Big-time experience. And the West Coast teams haven't really done great in this tournament, but they're here right now.
Turnaround is short by Tanner Nelson, and then a foul on the rebound. Time now for our devour team, hungry for a win, and the road to the semifinals for the Screaming Eagles. That second game on there against the 1 seed in the Midwest region, Lewis, was a buzzer beater. They were nearly done, found a way to get it done, and here they are, 1 win away from the national championship game.
Yeah, Mateo Rivera made a shot at the buzzer in that one.
5 empty trips for the Screaming Eagles, still trying to get on the scoreboard. Caldwell rises. And Satterweight another rebound.
You're not getting anything going to the basket right now. You have a guy like Caldwell who's really good on the block.
Beverly back to the basket. And the turnaround, no good. Southern Indiana trying to get something going. They're 0 for 5. They'll have the basketball when we come back. 15:49 to go. All year, their largest crowd came in the regional final when there was just under 2,000 people there. And the Academy of the Art game only had a listed attendance of 40. So Ryan Looney's club in front of over 7,000 here tonight. And the Screaming Eagles still can't get on the scoreboard. They're now 0 for 6.
And right now, PointLoma, which is, they only run about 10% of the time. They are controlling this game in the half court, even though they've gone a little cold. Southern Indiana's got to try and pick this pace up somehow to get a little bit of transition going.
Southern Indiana scored 46 in the first half last night. Scoreless here nearly 5 minutes in.
Well, they brought Nate Hansen in as one of their best three-point shooters. He's made 69 threes on the season, trying to get some offense on the perimeter.
Satterweight is fouled. Emmanuel Little commits the foul.
The personal foul, Southern Indiana, number 14, Emmanuel Little. His first personal, the team's second.
Got him on the arm.
2 free throws, PointLoma, number 23, Ziggy Satterweight.
So here's Satterweight, just a 65% free throw shooter. And he makes the first. This is the second most wins in school history for PointLoma.
Number 30, Josh Price.
And it's only their 5th season in Division II. Prior to 2014-2015, they were an NAIA school, so this is their first trip to the Elite Eight. Won their first regional title in school history. And Satterweight makes them both. 4 points and 3 rebounds early for the senior out of Washington.
And you see how this team plays defense. They back way off into the three-point line. Neither one of these teams is they shoot a good percentage, but only make a little over 7 threes a game each.
Stein, that's a long 2. It's short. And here comes Hamas.
Boy, you wonder if there's not some nerves here today starting out this game, which is understandable.
Hamas, another 3. Pure, beautiful looking stroke.
Sweet stroke. Big, 6'8", shoot over you. Well, you better get to him early, because once he gets it up to his chest, he's too big. And they're really solid defensively. They can't get anything in the lane right now, Southern Indiana. That's why they got to start trying to push this thing up.
Rivera is fouled and nearly had a chance for a 3-point play. How about this shot by Hamas?
Boy, Hamas, it doesn't take long. I mean, you go underneath that screen and you look at Norman. Norman's like 6'4". Getting up on a guy 6'8" like that, you got to be closer.
And the Eagles are on the board. With Mateo Rivera knocking in the first free throw. Sophomore from Indianapolis. Attended North Central High School. Hamas jumper. And the rebound to Josh Price, who was entered. And Price played very well last night against West Texas A&M. 14 points and 8 rebounds. Rivera's 3 is good.
He's a tough kid. Can make the 3. He's a terrific point guard. 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio.
He's got all 5 for the Eagles. Good defense here, and scoring is Sterling Summers.
Tough shot.
Junior out of Linden, Washington.
That's a good cut by Stein.
And Stein hits.
He moves very well without the ball. He ran like a half a curl cut there, lost his man who trailed him, was able to nail it.
He had 31 last night in the Elite Eight. And a foul is called on Point Loma.
Take a look at Alex Stein, the way he comes off the screen. He curls because he knows his man is trailing him. Good read of the defense.
Sterling Summers called for the foul. And Alex Stein goes to the bench. He'll get a breather here in the first half as Kobe Caldwell re-enters. Stein had 48 points against Lake Superior State back in November. Just missing the school record of 50 held by Gerald Taylor 2 years ago. And a bad pass there and a turnover.
Yeah, he thought Norman was going to be open on the cut. That was just not a good look. Great cut there.
Beverly down low.
I think he traveled.
Price rips it away. Rivera again. And the offensive board to Price, who just throws it away.
PointLoma substitution, number 21, and Okote.
Josh Price trying to save this. He missed him.
Substitution, number 14.
Playing a little dodgeball.
We met with Price last night. Told us he's a graphic design major. Sophomore out of Indianapolis.
I've really enjoyed meeting the kids on these teams, Andrew. Really quality kids on all four of these teams.
Thomas 3. Book it again. And a hot start for Dalton Thomas. He's already got 9 points.
And you know, you never want the star to get off early.
Hansen answers.
That's why he's in the game. They brought him off the bench, one of the best three-point shooters.
41% from deep. Averages 2 made threes per game in just 23 minutes of action per game. And he's in there to shoot.
Oh,
there's this kid. Straightaway 3. He's short and Price the rebound.
That's a foul.
And a foul is called.
He now has a chance to close his career playing for the title as a hometown hero.
Yeah, and Jenny also has a chance to become the school's all-time leading scorer. What a story for a boy who grew up coming to these games and now putting his name in the record books in more ways than one. And he's back on the floor after a quick little breather on the bench. His team down by 5.
Talk about a hometown story. The guy's got the chance to be the leading scorer in the history of the school. I mean, at home, it really is an incredible story. Bad's a bad pass. You got to fake your pass in that situation. You got Beverly on you, who's 6'8". You got to fake your pass.
Love that T-shirt. Alex Stein, the GOAT.
And he's one of them, and he's got a chance to be the GOAT for sure.
Neither team going inside. A total of only 4 points in the paint so far. All 4 by the Sea Lions. That's a shot clock violation. It looked like Beverly looked up to check the clock, but didn't take a shot.
Yeah, I mean, they had no idea. Don't get me wrong, they're a very patient team in the half court. They've run very little this year. They only run about 10% of the time. That is very low, as opposed to Southern Indiana that runs 15% of the time. But right now, this game being played totally in the half court.
Price pass goes off the hands of Satterwhite. It'll stay with the Eagles. Josh Rodriguez back in the game as Brock McKenzie goes to the bench. It's the first time since the mid-'80s that Point Loma has back-to-back 20-win seasons. And this year, on this incredible 10-game win streak, they are 30-4.
Yeah, throw it in the post. They haven't really done that much.
Price turnaround. And a foul from behind on Josh Price. And that'll be the 4th team foul on Southern Indiana. Third team foul.
I guess he was on his back. Could have let that go.
Thomas, step back jumper from the baseline is pretty, and he's in double figures already with 11.
Let me tell you something, Andrew. You watch this guy on film, we've seen him, but you watch him live, very impressive right now.
Double figures every game this year for Hamas. Poked away, good defense again, right into the arms of Hamas. All 11 of his points have come on jumpers.
And I was saying, whenever you're playing against a great player, you don't want, like Stein hasn't gotten off to a great start, but Hamas has. You really want to keep the best player of the other team down a little bit.
Misfires there. And a foul inside is called on Preston Beverly. Make sure to tune into the 2019 Reese's College All-Star Game presented by Walmart next Friday, April 5th at 4:30 Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Network. And Coach Lapis will be on the call of that one from the Final Four.
Looking forward to it. Love the Reese's game. We have our practice show that day from 12 to 4 Eastern. It's a big day.
And Gonzaga earlier tonight advancing to the Elite Eight in the Division I tournament. PointLoma head coach Ryan Looney grew up in Spokane. He was a Gonzaga fan as a kid, and he was telling us this morning that back then the teachers would come in and say, anybody want to go to the game? They couldn't give away tickets to Gonzaga. Now you can't get them.
You got one of the best home courts, the Dog Pound, one of the best home courts in the country.
And that three is good for Tanner Nelson.
This team here is terrific defensively. It's right now, it's not so much that Southern Indiana is missing. They can't really get a good open look.
Already 4 threes tonight for PointLoma. They had 9 in the game last night against Queens. That shot not close for Tyler Dancy, who's coming off a career-high 11. And Hamas with the jam. Timeout. But then did not play a game his final 2 years of high school because of ACL injuries. Because of his knee problems, a lot of schools, including Division I programs, backed off of him. While he was rehabbing that ACL, he grew 8 inches. Had nowhere to go, stayed locally at Western Washington for 2 years before transferring to PointLoma, and now he's got NBA scouts checking him out.
At his size and that stroke, plus he's got long arms, boy, if you can shoot the ball like that, there's always a place for you somewhere.
And Hamas picks up his first foul, and he's going to get a little breather on the bench with 8:41 to go. He averages 31 minutes per game, which is a team high.
And this kid scored 20 points 17 times this year.
And a travel by Dancy.
I tell you, there's a lot of people in here, and it's pretty quiet.
Well, Jenny alluded to this in her interview with the coaches before the game, but as Ryan Looney told all of us this morning, his team peeked out from their locker room last night when this big crowd was here, and they started saying, we got to win so we can play these guys in front of this raucous crowd. They wanted this challenge, and so far they're up to the challenge.
Kids love to play in front of a lot of people, especially when you're not used to playing against these kind of crowds around.
Tanner Nelson picks up his first foul. And that's the 7th team foul on the Sea Lions, so 1-1 for Southern Indiana. A Screaming Eagles team that is scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And during that scoreless drought, they've turned the ball over 3 times.
Well, they're one of these teams that has shot almost as many free throws as their opponents have attempted, have made almost as many free throws as their opponents attempt. So they get to the line a lot, and they are 76% from the free throw line as a team.
4th in Division II in free throws made, and Stein adds to that total. How about this? In now 7 postseason games, Stein is 38 out of 40 from the free throw line.
At 220 attempts this year, that's a great cut.
Beverly lays it in. In his senior season, a transfer from Montana State Billings. 4 of the 5 starters for PointLoma are transfers. Little. Oh, it's swatted by Beverly. He leads the team with 1.2 blocks per game. Steve, last night, Southern Indiana had 46 points in the paint. So far tonight, none, and 3 of their shots have been blocked. They have not been able to get inside. And another miss inside as we check in with Jenny Dell.
I was in the Sea Lion huddle, and these guys were pumped up, just cheering each other on, keep it up, keep going. And then Coach walked in. He said, guys, the score is 0-0. Pretend it's 0-0. You need to keep fighting one possession at a time. He did point out to Josh Rodriguez, he said, don't settle for those threes. Take care of the ball, guys.
Hey, 4 seniors. They are playing like a veteran team now, like they could care less who's in this building.
Beverly with the tip in there, and the answer by Rivera on the other end. And then finally, points in the paint for Southern Indiana, their first 2 of the night. Seven minutes to go, first half. And for the most part, this crowd has been quieted in Evansville.
And they've done a great job in their half-court offense, reversing the ball side to side.
And another tip in down low. This time, it's by Noah Stapes, sophomore out of San Jose.
Doesn't play much at all.
And that's a 2 by Emmanuel Little. And Steve, what's impressive here is that Thomas is getting a pretty nice breather on the bench. Right now he's at the scorer's table set to check in, but because of this cushion, Ryan Looney's been able to keep him out there for a while.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they were up 12 when he went out. They're still up 12.
And a foul called on Nate Hansen. And so far, Dalton Thomas with 13 points.
And he's done it in different ways. Obviously a tremendous three-point shooter, but he's been step backs, you name it. Nice dunk in transition. He's been able to do it.
And he's back in. He sat for only 2.5 minutes of game action, but you factor in the media timeouts, and it was a nice little break for Thomas. Satterwhite.
Yeah, they laid way off Satterwhite there because they know he's not a good shooter to make that.
Rivera, nice find. As Little drives in, spins down low for 2. And the lead down to 10. 4 straight points for the Screaming Eagles. Satterwhite spinning, left hand no. And the rebound Little. Little momentum now for Southern Indiana. Rivera can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Jacob Norman, but it's taken away.
And I like them trying to push the ball in transition a little bit.
Thomas is calling for it.
Good job by Southern Indiana transition defense. Satterwhite's got to take it easy because he's
from the free throw line. He misses another. And Ryan Looney shaking his head on the PointLoma bench. Could not get Thomas a touch there.
Yeah, Satterwhite trying to go a little bit too much right now.
Rivera, deep 3. And the rebound is grabbed by Tanner Nelson.
And you notice PointLoma, they're very happy walking. They control tempo so well with this half-court offense. They need to get Thomas a touch, like right there.
He's got it now on the wing, guarded by Norman. Shot clock down to 6. Rodriguez lost it in the lane, a turnover, and numbers for the Eagles. Transition 3, Caldwell. And down low, a lot of contact as Norman went to the 2015 state championship game. And on that team with Norman was Alex Stein and Nate Hansen. So 3 guys who played together in high school now on the same team as Southern Indiana.
This offense has a lot of movement, a lot of ball reversals. got to be a foul. That's got to be a foul.
Foul is called on the shot by Beverly.
He fouled him 4 times before they called it.
What an advantage that must be.
Oh, yeah. Especially hometown kids
Sure.
on top of it.
Doesn't hurt. Beverly was the most outstanding player of the Pacific West Conference tournament. That's the conference that the Sea Lions compete in. He averaged 17 and 9 during tournament play. Love the nickname matchup we have today between the Screaming Eagles and the Sea Lions.
How about the Screagles?
Yeah, that's a social media fad here as Caldwell connects. They combine Screaming and Eagles. Sea Lions are tough, though. A mythical lion of the sea. I think that's just magical for PointLoma.
You know a little mythology?
No, I know nothing. Didn't take that class. Beverly, aggressive move, could not finish, and it's tipped out to Caldwell. 3 minutes to go, first half.
Well, they need to get back on this team because they're going to try and push it up now. Good recovery.
Caldwell step back three. Yes, good. Bowling Green. Southern Indiana, only 2 field goals in the paint. They have 3 3-pointers, and they're currently on a 9-1 run that led PointLoma to calling a timeout. Thomas quiet since he re-entered. Caldwell, extra pass, Little, and 1.
I think they're doing a good job now trying to make Hamas put the ball on the floor. You don't want this guy catching and shooting. You want him to dribble it. And a great job in transition and a finish. When this team runs, they're dangerous. Very good in transition. They haven't been able to get any, but they get some stops. Now they can run a little bit.
Foul on Josh Rodriguez with 2:27 to play, and Little has a chance to finish off a 3-point play. Cannot, and the rebound grabbed by Hamas.
Here's where you would think PointLoma is going to run some half-court offense here. Keep control of this game, especially on the road in this environment.
4.5 minutes without a field goal for the Sea Lions.
Great pass.
And Satterweight converts, finally breaking the field goal drought.
Really good offense there.
Southern Indiana heating up. They've made 6 of their last 9. And a blocking foul is called. That'll go on Satterweight.
Yeah. Oh, that's close. Maybe leaned into him a little bit.
Second foul on Satterweight. So Rodriguez, Nelson, and Satterweight with 2 apiece for PointLoma.
I think that's a good call. He kind of bent and let him go under him.
2 free throws. Southern Indiana, number 14, Emmanuel Little.
Double bonus, so it's 2 free throws for Emmanuel Little. There's Ryan Looney, 3rd season with PointLoma.
Substitution, number 13, Dylan Summers, replacing 23, Satterweight.
And Satterweight goes out with the 2 fouls. Little's got 7 points and 4 rebounds. He's their team's leading rebounder at better than 7 per game. And all of a sudden, it's down to a 4-point game.
They've got it to 4, and Stein really hasn't done anything.
Stein only has 4 points on 1 of 3.
Personal foul, Southern Indiana, number 30,
Josh Price picks up the foul. That's his 2nd. And team foul number 6 on the Eagles with 1:42 to go. Beverly. Momentum on the side of the hometown team, Southern Indiana, right now. Good Stein, great feed, and the Price is right. Josh Price cuts it down to 2.
I don't know if Coach Looney liked that 3 from Beverly. 9 for 33 on the season. You don't want him doing that now.
A 15-3 run, and this crowd going wild. Another turnover. Southern Indiana can tie it or take the lead with a 3. Little is fouled.
Great pass. Josh Price with the finish.
And now Beverly has picked up his second foul for PointLoma.
2 free throws. Southern Indiana, number 14, and Little.
I think there is some confusion as to who committed the foul. So the officials are at the monitor to take a look. It was called on Beverly, and he was trying to say that wasn't on me. The only problem I see is that Hamas was in that mix too, and you don't want him picking up the foul.
You got to give Southern Indiana credit. They've done a great job on Hamas the last 6-7 minutes, and that's why they're right back in this game.
Correction on the foul call.
Yes.
Personal foul assessed to PointLoma's number 34.
So they changed the foul to Hamas, which is his second.
Maybe Coach Looney would have hoped that Beverly wouldn't complain.
Take one for the team. Well, Hamas is scoreless in the last 8 minutes. So since going out of the game, he hasn't scored since coming back in.
Interesting, because he was on a roll when he went out.
And now he's back to the bench with the 2 fouls. Can't have him pick up his third.
No, he's done. You know, with a minute to go, he's done.
A minute to go, yeah. Little 1 out of 2. Little has scored 9 points in the last 5.5 minutes.
1 minute remains. First half action. 1 minute.
PointLoma trying to go into the locker room with a halftime lead.
Boy, I'll tell you, they are patient, and they reverse the ball from side to side. But they're not getting anything here. Southern Indiana, really great defense.
Shot clock at 2, deep 3, no good. And the rebound fought for. Stein throws it up in the air. He was out of bounds. So it's PointLoma basketball, and the shot clock is turned off. Sea Lions can hold for the final shot.
Well, they need to for sure.
PointLoma only has 1 field goal in the last 6 minutes and 8 seconds. They led by as many as 14 here in the first half. It's down to 1.
When Hamas couldn't get a shot, they struggled to score.
Now, you wouldn't put him back in with the 2 fouls for the last offensive possession, or would you?
I might. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. That's the way you go, Coach. I like that.
Doesn't look like Ryan Looney is thinking that way.
Yeah, I would put him back in for sure. Andrew Caldwell does it all.
Missed 7 of their last 8 shots. Trying to get off a good one here before halftime. There's a screen. Brock McKenzie. His jumper with 2 seconds to go is no good. Tipped around, and that will do it. So Southern Indiana has to be
40 minutes. Let's see.
And right now, let's see Jenny Dell.
Well, it's no secret here. Coach Watson told me that having PointLoma's main guys with foul trouble was a game changer for them. He said he told his guys to focus on playing in 3-minute spurts. That's when the momentum shifted in their favor. He said we needed to get closeouts and blockouts. That's what they did. We need to continue to do more of the same. And guys have said overall, we just need to make more shots.
And Jenny, this year when trailing at the half, Southern Indiana is 2-7, but both of those wins have come in the NCAA tournament. An illegal screen is called on Jacob Norman.
Yeah, that's been a point of emphasis all year, those illegal handoffs. When you move as you're handing the ball off, you're going to see here. Wow, that's close. I don't know if he moved on that one. Yeah, he moved into him. Yes, that is a good call.
And that's the second foul on Jacob Norman.
And because so many teams, when I was coaching, a lot of teams didn't run dribble handoffs. You see dribble handoffs in every game now, so it's become a point of emphasis. Let's see if they can get Hamas off early today in this game, in this half.
Satterwhite inside. Good defense by Little, but Satterwhite wins the battle. Winner moves on to Saturday's championship game on CBS against Northwest Missouri State as Emmanuel Little connects on the jumper.
Well, he's been the best player for Southern Indiana tonight.
Little's in double figures with 11.
Good pass.
Satterwhite, short. Little the rebound. And now out of bounds. Sloppy play there by the Eagles.
Just lost it out of bounds.
How about for PointLoma? Hamas has not scored since there was 9:03 left in the first half.
And he's only taken one shot in all that time. A little more aggressive on him now, but he's got to move around and get open.
Satterwhite, tough for two inside.
Well, he's tough. That's a couple in a row now for him. They have not doubled him at all. Let's see if they change.
Double figures with 10 points. Little does not get the bounce, and Beverly takes it off the rim. Rodriguez pushing up ahead. Dangerous pass corralled by Nelson.
Good pass.
And Rodriguez stepped out of bounds.
I love that quick weak side pass from the low post. But Rodriguez didn't know where he was.
Turnover number 6 by the Sea Lions.
I would always tell guys when that happens, what's the matter, the court not big enough? Can you make it a little bigger for you?
I sense some sarcasm there, Coach.
I was a little sarcastic at times.
Yeah. Little left hand, no, but a whistle. Is that going to go on Hamas? It is.
Oh, wow.
He picks up his third.
That's not a foul.
Jeez.
I mean, that's not a foul. I think you got to take him out for a couple of minutes. Looks like they're going to.
Sterling Summers replaces Hamas. Those two were childhood friends growing up in Linden, Washington. And Summers was a starter the first 2 years at PointLoma, and then when his old buddy Hamas transferred in, he gave up his starting spot to his good friend Hamas, and now Summers comes off the bench, but still a very important part of this Sea Lion squad.
I think Coach Looney's going to try, if he can, to get 4 or 5 minutes out of this substitution. But let's see what happens to the score in the meantime.
And a foul caught on the floor against Norman. How about this? Last 8.5 minutes, it's Little outscoring Hamas 12-0. Emmanuel Little having a big night for the Eagles. And now Norman comes out with his third.
I think as long as they maintain a 2-point lead or more, he'll be out for 4 or 5 minutes. If they go down 4, he'll be back. They should probably get it into Satterwhite because he started getting some things done in the low post.
Nelson three is good. Tanner Nelson from the outside.
One of their best three-point shooters. 42 out of 90 for the year coming in.
Began his collegiate career at BYU Hawaii. And while he was there, the school decided to end all of their athletic programs. As Stein is there for the putback. So Nelson, after BYU Hawaii cut sports, moved on to PointLoma now in his senior year.
Alex Stein having trouble finding a shot, but he gets an offensive rebound there.
6 points, 4 rebounds for Stein.
You're going to see Stein come riding in from the top. Nobody checks him out.
Little just picked up his second foul. Nelson again, this time it's short. Offensive board, Satterwhite, and they'll reset. Using some clock with Hamas sitting. He has 3 fouls. Beverly guarded tightly by Price, and a foul is called. It'll be 2 shots for Preston Beverly.
You know, this is one of those situations when the referees are told in the beginning of the year, you got to call the first foul. There's been a lot of bumping in the low post, and then finally when they call it on the third one, the guy gets really mad. Call the first one.
3rd foul on Josh Price, and already 4 team fouls this half on the Eagles.
PointLoma substitution.
Rodney Watson, at least 20 wins in 8 of the last 10 years for Southern Indiana. They compete out of the Great Lakes Valley Conference. They finished 3rd place in their league behind Lewis and Bellarmine. And then in the regionals, beat both those squads to move on. Wow, that's a travel.
Southern Indiana substitution number 5, Nate Hansen.
Turnover number 9 on Southern Indiana.
And as long
3 of the 9 this half.
As long as it keeps going like this, they can keep Hamas out of the game.
Beverly, the reverse lay-in for the senior.
I love the way they play in the half court. Didn't look great the last 5 minutes of the first half, but they're starting to work it again.
Southern Indiana team, they'll take on North Carolina tomorrow night. Great history here in Evansville, and Bruce Pearl, a big part of it. Southern Indiana, after calling that timeout, they have 2 remaining. PointLoma with 3 early in the second half. Since Hamas went out, PointLoma has outscored Southern Indiana 6-2. And a push on the perimeter. And we go back to break with 15:40 to go.
Or we've got to stick together. Think about one stop, one possession at a time. Guys, you said keep going after these guys. If they can't score, they can't win.
Well, that works for sure. That nice shot for Stein.
Triple for Stein. Just the 3rd field goal of the half for Southern Indiana to go along with 4 fouls and 3 turnovers. As that bucket cuts it down to a 1-possession game, and Stein got a hand on that one. 9 points now for Alex Stein.
Well, he got one off quick here. They do a bad job. They go underneath the screen on a switch. Satterwhite can't really guard Stein out there.
Chance of let's go Eagles from this big crowd at the Ford Center. Great feed, Rodriguez to Satterwhite.
That was not good defense that time.
Hamas continues to sit with 3 fouls. Caldwell doesn't get the bounce. Offensive rebound, Stein, and he's fouled. How about that last hoop from PointLoma, Steve?
Yeah, it was a great pass here. You see this touch pass coming right here. And a good job rolling to the basket.
2 free throws.
Made it look easy.
Number 20, Alex Stein.
Second foul on Beverly. This PointLoma supporting cast has been pretty good tonight. Satterwhite, 12 points, 6 boards. Beverly, 8 points, 5 rebounds. They're getting contributions from other people besides Dalton Hamas. Meanwhile, Stein, the GOAT, according to some, is starting to heat up.
And I think they're going to try and get to the 10-minute mark maybe without Hamas in the game if they can.
1 out of 2 for Stein. He's in double figures. He's got 10 points. It's a 4-point game.
They have spread the floor all night.
Shot clock at 6. Beverly around Norman. Counted and one.
I know Coach Watson was looking for a travel there. Let's see if he does. No, he kept the pivot foot down, I think.
Boomba from the Congo. And out of bounds to Southern Indiana.
Except for that 5-minute span at the end of the first half, they've been pretty good in the half-court offense, PointLoma. They've controlled the game with that offense.
Look at the foul trouble. Norman with 4. And the big one on that list is Hamas with 3 for the Sea Lions. Good curl. Good pass.
Travel.
A travel called on Boomba.
Oh, yeah, he shuffled that foot. Picked up his left foot.
4th turnover of the half for the Eagles. The lead is 6 with 14 minutes to play.
They want a double dribble.
Fans going nuts, and now Beverly is fouled.
He caught the pass. You know, that's supposed to be a double dribble. He caught the pass, dropped it off his hands. That is considered a double dribble. I've seen it happen a lot this year, and they haven't called it anywhere. That's supposed to be a double dribble.
That was team foul number 6, which means PointLoma is going to shoot free throws the rest of the half.
Were they given a warning?
Yes, coach's box warning called on Rodney Watson.
Great out of bounds play.
Beautiful play by PointLoma, and this is their largest lead of the half. It's up to 8. Bucket by Caden Anderson. Stein at the free throw line. Turnaround jumper is good.
He gets tremendous lift on his shot. He jumps up way high in the air.
And the crowd loving Stein getting into it.
They should dare Beverly to shoot. He's out on the perimeter.
That 3 is good for Sterling Summers. Just his 20th three-pointer of the year.
Big shot. I mean, all this time they're playing without Hummus.
And a whistle inside. That's going to go on Noah Stapes, the sophomore.
Oh, they teed him? It sure sounds like a tee. No, foul. The way that whistle came out, it seemed like a technical foul type whistle.
Instead it was Summers picking up his second. So 2 quick fouls on PointLoma.
Another one.
This one is on the Eagles. 3 fouls in 1 second. I believe we just had 3 fouls in 1 second.
That's going to be close to a record.
Yeah. Our statistician Ethan Cooperson all over it.
I like this kid in the low post.
Nice move and a blocking foul. Called on Boomba.
Oh, yeah. That's an easy one.
And Emmanuel Little hops off the bench, and he's going to come back in for the Eagles. Little's only got 2 fouls. It's Norman who's sitting with the 4 fouls, and Boomba goes out.
You can see why Beverly has shot a lot of free throws this year, 158, but he's only 61% from the line.
So a missed free throw, but Point Loma outscoring Southern Indiana 15-8 with Hamas on the bench.
That's travel.
Instead, it'll be 2 shots for Tyler Dancy.
Take a look at his feet here. Right there. That's shuffled his foot. Picked up his right foot. It was his pivot foot. Just a small shuffle, but it's travel.
3rd foul on Beverly. And now it's the freshman Dancy, who had a career-high 11 points in just 7 minutes last night against West Texas A&M. He's only been to the free throw line 12 times this whole year. He's now 8 out of 13.
He's a big, strong kid with good feet.
Listed at 6'7", 273. Out of Belleville, Illinois.
I think we'll see Hamas come in on the after the under 12.
Dancy makes them both, comes out as Kobe Caldwell returns a 7-point game. And now some pressure by the Eagles,
which they don't do very much.
Satterwhite around Little, doesn't get the bounce, and the ball tipped out of bounds to Point Loma, and a timeout. 3 fouls for Hamas with 11:47 to go. Nearly a turnover there. See if Hamas can get back in the rhythm of this offense. Right now, the jumper is good for Ben Okoden, San Diego native. Stein quickly the other way. And he takes a bump, and the foul's down, adding up both teams in the bonus.
One thing about Point Loma's getting a lot of contributions from a lot of different guys.
Tanner Nelson just picked up his 4th foul. So Stapes is back in.
11 Nelson. Number 20, Alex Stein.
So Stein goes to the line. He's got 12 points, so he needs 8 more to become the school's all-time leading scorer. This half, Stein has 9 points. The rest of the team is combined for just 5 points on 1 of 4 shooting. So after they picked Stein up with a quiet first half, he has carried the load for the Screaming Eagles here in the second half.
Coming with the full court pressure. Oh.
They reverse it. Stapes triple. Good. Noah Stapes. Just his 8th three-pointer of the year.
He shot like that. He shot that like he's taken a ton of those all year. Big shot.
The lead goes up to 10 and quiets this huge crowd.
Great help there by Rodriguez.
Rivera. And Little can't clean it up. And then a whistle and a foul inside on the Eagles. How about the shot, though, on the other end by Noah Stapes?
Boy, he just knocked this out with a hand in his face. A guy who doesn't shoot that many.
PointLoma with 7 threes tonight. That's what they average, 7.5 per game.
But, you know, when you throw that pass from one side of the court to the other and a guy's in the help position, he's got a long way to run to close out. Stapes was able to take advantage of that long run.
Now, because of the foul situation, it's a 1-and-1 for PointLoma and Satterwhite. And a foul. That's called on Okoden.
We're getting a million whistles now.
Jeez, 18 fouls in this, 17 fouls in this half.
Yeah,
got 10:43 to go.
I mean, that's a bad foul. You're boxed out. You got to just let that one go. They are struggling to score in the half court. Why go 90 feet and put them at the foul line?
Here's Little. After this free throw, the Screaming Eagles will have attempted 20 free throws, while PointLoma's only gone to the line 8 times. More full court pressure by Southern Indiana.
Good job by Rodriguez coming to meet the ball.
Rodriguez, no look. Satterwhite. Oh, he can't get it done down low. Stein the other way. Hansen calling for it. Hansen, no look feed to Little.
When they've gotten the tempo a little faster, they've really thrived in that kind of situation. I'll tell you, Hamas has been so quiet for a long, long time.
He's got the ball here.
They are just making him put the ball on the floor. They're not giving him any open shots. Make him dribble it.
Nice find to Satterwhite, who's fouled with 3 on the shot clock. And Satterwhite is a little shaken up.
What a great pass here.
Nate Hansen to Emmanuel Little. And then here is where Satterwhite took a bit of a shot. And he's still not at the free throw line.
And, you know, they're very aggressive with Hamas. And when two guys were on him, and he did a good job of finding Satterwhite there.
You were aggressive at dinner last night with the hummus plate. They've got Hamas with 13 points, but Hamas hasn't scored in the last 19 minutes of game action.
Yeah, and how many shots has he taken? He can't even get a shot off. One shot,
One shot
the whole time.
Amazing.
I mean, he's got to be able to get more shots off. Maybe miss him, but you got to get shots.
An additional PointLoma substitution, number 2, Caden Anderson.
Caden Anderson comes in, and Satterwhite is still not right. And he comes out of the game. Cannot even get over to take a seat. Now he's slowly walking towards the bench. 57-49. Inside 10 minutes to go. Winner advances to the D2 National Championship game Saturday. That's a 3 Eastern time start on CBS. Caldwell well short on the 3.
And you know now PointLoma has Beverly and Hamas in the game, both with 3 fouls.
It's called. With 8 on the shot clock, Nate Hansen is called for the foul. And that'll be 2 free throws for PointLoma. Beverly at the line. He's got 10 points and 6 rebounds.
Substitution, number 12, Brock McKenzie.
Brock McKenzie back in the ball game, and Josh Rodriguez exits.
You would think now it's time for Alex Stein to really put his imprint on this game.
Oh, and he's called. He's going to go to the line after that foul is called. And again, PointLoma can't believe the call. Take another look. Just a foul or all ball?
Looked like ball there.
Stapes can't believe it. Now, they say it's 3 free throws, but they're going to check.
That's a good block.
Yeah. 3 free throws for Stein. Big foul call there.
And this guy is basically money in the bank for the most part.
84% on the season and 5 out of 6 tonight. He's got 10 of his 14 here in the second half. This half, we have seen more fouls than field goals. 20 fouls, 15 field goals. Away from tying Steven Jackson's Southern Indiana scoring record, and will stay that way after he goes 2 out of 3 from the line. 7-point game, 8:50 to go.
You know, in this kind of offense, it's kind of an equal opportunity offense, so they don't run things specifically. But let's see if they're going to try and get Hamas a shot, because they really do. Little zone from Southern Indiana. They've only played it about 3% of the time this entire season.
Hamas has to put one up. He doesn't. Oh, they call a foul as the shot clock was expiring. And now there's some disagreement between the officials whether it was a foul first or a shot clock violation.
Wow, that was not a foul either. If anything, Hamas tried to jump into it.
The previous play is under further video review.
Huh.
They'll take a look at this one.
Yeah, they can go to the monitor to see if the foul was first or the shot clock violation.
I think it was a shot clock violation.
Yeah, then they can do that.
We're going to get an explanation here.
Police reviewed to make sure it was before the shot clock. It was a 3-point shot. 34 is going to shoot 3.
All right, so no shot clock violation. 3 shots for Dalton Hamas. That was close.
That was close.
And Hamas is a good free throw shooter, 83%, looking for his first points of the second half.
And I thought Caldwell kind of backed away, and it looked like Hamas kind of jumped into him a little bit.
And that's his first point since there were 9 minutes left in the first half. Scoreless that entire time. And to his teammates' credit, they've maintained this lead throughout his drought. And part of that was on the bench because of foul trouble. It wasn't all because Hamas wasn't scoring the ball. Makes them all. 10-point game. Caldwell, that's a tough shot for 2. And let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Just a quick update on Ziggy Satterwhite. They were massaging his right calf, so just working on him right now. Hopefully he'll be able to get back in the game, guys.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. Thomas, wild shot from underneath the backboard, and now numbers for the Eagles. Stein the other way. Stein behind the back. Caldwell stop and start, and he is fouled. And that takes us to a timeout with 7:44 to go. Caldwell at the line with 7:44 to go. And let's go back over to Jenny Dell.
Expect a little bit more man-to-man from Coach Watson and Southern Indiana. That's what he was preaching in that last huddle. He said, don't let the big guys catch you inside. We need to keep them on balance. Play with poise. Play like men. Finish this one off, guys.
And this one could be finished off at the free throw line with the foul situation.
The way this is going, there's no doubt.
Hamas cannot get an open three. Right now it's Caldwell on him. So Hamas drives. Good defense. Fadeaway jumper. Doesn't get the bounce. And the rebound a little.
They've done a much better job. They're making him put the ball on the floor as much as they can. Don't let him catch and shoot.
Stein turnaround. Yes.
He gets up so high on that jump shot. He shoots that fadeaway. Tough guy to guard.
2 points away from the school record, and the lead is down to 4. And a foul inside as Beverly got tangled up with Little, and Little is called for the foul. And that's significant, again, because of the foul situation. It's 2 free throws.
I think the inside play has been very physical the whole game.
Wow.
You could have called that on Beverly, too, it looked like.
And that's the 4th foul on Emmanuel Little. Josh Price is at the scorer's table now for the Screaming Eagles.
I don't think this game has been officiated well in the post area. I got to be honest with you. I think if they'd have called some of these fouls, the first one earlier in the game, we wouldn't have all this jostling going on. Every possession, there's fights in the low post.
So Little comes out with 16 points and 9 rebounds. Hamas on the putback. Good move. 18 for Hamas. Hansen into the corner, Caldwell. Hansen trying to get free, he can't. Feed Stein, guarded by States.
Fadeaway.
Stein, good defense. Tried to force a pass and it's stolen by Rodriguez.
What great defense by Rodriguez. Instead of standing around, he rotated inside. There was an open guy under the basket, and Rodriguez rotated in front of him and made the steal.
Turnover number 6 this half by the Eagles. And now 12 for the game. Beverly, nice cut. Stapes, extra pass. They still make the extra pass, and now a 2 for Summers. Great ball movement by the Sea Lions. And this crowd has gone quiet again. PointLoma shooting 63% this half, and only 1 turnover. And Caldwell stepped out of bounds. Another turnover. How about the passing from PointLoma?
Let's understand this. They've been really good in the half court the whole game. Great pass to the weak side. Bad closeout leads to a layup. But how many times do you see the ball, Andrew, go from one side of the court to the other side of the court? It's hard for a team to guard you and be helping out when the ball is rotated that much from side to side. They're a very well-schooled half-court offensive team. And you win championships by being able to play basketball in the half court.
Satterway back in there. You heard Jenny's report earlier. He was getting worked on by the training staff. Looks okay there.
They know exactly what they want to do on every possession.
11-point game as we approach 5 minutes to go. Rivera triple. Yes. Timeout, Southern Indiana. Squad making the near 2,000-mile trek to Evansville to play a quote-unquote neutral site game against Southern Indiana, which is from Evansville, so it's not really a neutral site game. These Sea Lions have been up to the task so far. Rodriguez to Stapes in the corner, couldn't get a handle on it.
Yeah, Rodriguez a little out of control, and they put a lot of pressure on him, so he went and drove by his man.
Only the 2nd turnover of the half by PointLoma.
That's a tough pass.
First turnover in 13 minutes. And Stein tips it in, and that gives him the school record. Most points in school history for Alex Stein.
And it was a big one on top of it.
2,217 points And now his team down by 6.
Travel.
Here's the record-setting bucket for Stein. He's 5 out of 5 this half.
No box out there.
Stein bounces it out. Rivera, deep 3 on the way. No good. And the rebound fought for. And it's PointLoma basketball. Stapes and Norman trying to track it. Now the all-time leading scorer in school history. 3:57 to go, and it's a 6-point game. Get it in the arms of Hamas.
Boy, they've been very aggressive, boy. Could have called a couple of fouls there. They're looking to get it inside, but, you know, I wouldn't play Satterway. I'd just get way off of him and help out inside on Beverly. Same thing on Beverly. I wouldn't guard either one of those two guys on the perimeter.
Shot clock at 4, and a foul inside with the shot clock at 2. Tanner Nelson will shoot 2 free throws.
You know, this team, as I've said so many times, is so good at reversing the ball, and when you do, you get the defense out of position, and that's when you drive it at the end and end up with 2 free throws.
2 free throws, PointLoma. Number 11, Tanner Nelson.
Josh Price just picked up his 4th foul.
Southern Indiana substitution. Number 5, Nate Hansen, replacing Tu Gorman.
Ryan Looney trying to take the Sea Lions to the national championship game. 1 out of 2 in the rebound to Caldwell.
They've had a lot of 1 out of 2s, except for Hamas.
PointLoma 12 of 20 at the line, 60% tonight. Oh, Price, offensive foul, and he's fouled out of the game.
That's a bad call.
Rodney Watson can't believe it.
He's right.
And that's the 5th on Price.
I thought that was, without a doubt, a block. Oh, yeah, he's not there. He was not there. Tough call.
There's 2 points for Price after he had 14 last night in the Elite 8.
I'd say as long as they're going to play these 2 big guys, you got to be able to help out on this kid now, because they have 2 guys in the game that don't shoot.
Rodriguez, runner is good. Big shot for the senior.
That's the other thing about this team, man. Really experienced.
Caldwell 3. Yes.
Oh, big shot. He's tough.
Caldwell's got a dozen. And Caldwell going into the media table here at the Ford Center. Shot clock at 13.
Well, they're going to go to Satterway or Beverly in that low box.
Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Sea Lions.
Somebody hit that?
He said it was deflected. Did not go to the monitor inside 2, but now it'll be Eagles basketball. 4th foul on Beverly. And Ryan Looney is going to take out Beverly with 2:20 to go and those 4 fouls.
Wow, he's taking a big chance there because he's one of his best rebounders. One of the best rebounders in the entire conference.
So Sterling Summers comes in. Stein out to Caldwell, launches from the corner. And the rebound to Satterwhite. That would have made it a one-possession game. Instead, PointLoma ball, 2 minutes to go.
I like this team better for them on the offensive end. Get 4 guys out and only one big guy. Oh, steal.
Caldwell breaks in. Caldwell lays it in. .10-3 run. And out of bounds, a foul. I think they're pointing to Rivera for a foul call.
No, Rodriguez comes.
Wow. Ryan Looney can't believe it.
Why is that a foul?
I don't get that one.
Why is that a foul?
And it results in 2 free throws.
Wow, that is a huge call. First of all, Rodriguez was very lax with the ball there to allow Rivera to get his hand on it, but that was not a foul.
And Rivera missing the first free throw. A 66% free throw shooter on the season.
There have been a couple of questionable calls here.
Aren't you glad you're next to me?
Yes.
Misses them both, and Summers gets the rebound. Remember, he came in when Beverly went out with 4 fouls.
Rodriguez has been a little shaky with the ball, I have to tell you, with all this pressure that Rivera's putting on.
Yeah, PointLoma's turned it over 5 times in the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
He almost threw it away there, too.
You know, Ryan Looney's got 3 timeouts. Wouldn't mind using one here.
And get Beverly back in the game.
Slow things down a little. Shot clock at 5. Rodriguez on the attack. Rodriguez! And now Looney calls timeout. 2 clutch buckets in the last 2 minutes.
And right now, Southern Indiana going basically with 5 perimeter players. Open up the floor, try and get Stein going to the basket.
There's Stein over to Rivera. Rivera will take the 3. It's off the mark. Tipped around. Beverly back in. The rebound, Hamas. Beverly 2-on-1, and he's going to pull it back.
They should foul him.
And they do.
They had a chance.
Yeah, they fouled Rodriguez.
Yeah, they had a chance to foul Beverly, who's been 1 for 2 all night.
Yep, and Rodriguez is 80% at the line.
2 free throws, PointLoma. Number 3, Josh
First free
Rodriguez.
throws tonight for Josh Rodriguez.
I think Rivera, too, has taken too many of these shots late. They need to get Stein taking those kind of shots.
Missed opportunity to foul Beverly, who's 4 out of 10 from the line tonight. Instead, they foul an 80% free throw shooter.
Yeah, you're down 6 with a minute to go. You got a foul.
Rodriguez makes them both. Rodriguez comes out. Brock McKenzie re-enters.
Well, they got to go quick, and this kid's got to take it. That's what he's got to do.
And he's fouled.
I don't think it was goaltending.
Rodney wants it. Watson wants it to be goaltending. Instead, it's just 2 shots.
Yeah, I didn't think it was goaltending. No, it's not. You got it right before it hit.
Tanner Nelson just fouled out of the game.
Yeah, that's a good block. But it was not goaltending.
Free throws, Southern Indiana.
So 2 free throws for Alex Stein.
They got to keep the ball out of Hamas's hands and foul whoever gets it. He's going to set up their pressure now. Try and get a 5-second count. If you don't, you're going to have to foul right away.
Ben O'Coden has checked in. Only plays 8 minutes a game, but this year at the free throw line, he's 14 out of 15. So that's why he's out there right now. Stein makes a pair.
Nobody on Hamas.
Here they had O'Coden wide open. And Hamas goes up to catch it, and there's the foul. And that foul on Norman means that he has fouled out of the game. Oh, it's actually on Hansen picks up his third. So Norman is still in.
2 free throws. PointLoma, number 34, Dalton Thomas.
Hamas 3 out of 3 at the line tonight.
Southern Indiana's got to just do the same thing. Give it to Stein, drive it all the way in, set up the pressure. If you're PointLoma, try and keep him in front. Try and make him use a little time. He used any time on that last drive to the basket. Make him use some time.
PointLoma substitution, number 1, Preston Beverly. Replacing 21, Colton.
41 seconds to go, an 8-point game. Here's Stein looking to drive it again. Instead, he steps into a 3. Air ball out of bounds to PointLoma. Game on CBS. 36 seconds to go. Stapes to inbound. Gets it in and knocked out of bounds. Good play by Caldwell, but it'll stay with the Sea Lions.
Always a tough place to throw the ball in the corner. And this is not an easy place to inbound the ball from.
Rodriguez, Stapes, cross court, and a foul is committed.
Personal foul, Southern Indiana 0, Kobe Caldwell.
It's on Caldwell. And it's 2 free throws for Stapes, who has only been to the line 9 times this year.
32, Noah Stapes.
He's 4 out of 9. We've got a foul.
Southern Indiana substitution number 23, Glenn Rao, replacing 35, Boomba.
Glenn Rao, the freshman, checks in. He's a 37% three-point shooter. Stapes misses them both. Go. Caldwell, a blocking foul is good. Called. They're not counting the basket.
Personal foul, number 13, Sterling Summers.
Man, that might be a charge.
Third personal, 2 free throws, Southern Indiana 0, Kobe Caldwell.
Ryan Looney not happy about it.
I've had a number of disagreements there. And this game is not over, and PointLoma needs to get the ball into the right people now.
Southern Indiana substitution, 35, Guido Window, replacing 23, Rao.
Ryan Looney lost one of his better free throw shooters in Tanner Nelson because he fouled out of the game. So that's why you figure Stapes is out there right now.
Well, they did a good job the last possession, Southern Indiana, not letting Hamas catch the ball.
A lot of foul trouble tonight. Caldwell makes a pair. 6-point game. 28 seconds to go. Rodriguez is fouled right away. Stein crashes hard into the media table. So Rodriguez, who is a good free throw shooter, goes back to the line.
His first personal. Free throws, PointLoma, number 3, Josh Rodriguez.
And we said it with about 10 minutes to go. It's going to come down to free throws. And it sure is. As some of these fans have headed for the exits, but not over yet. At this point, though, if you're Southern Indiana, are you thinking 3-pointers?
Oh yeah, you have to think 3-pointers now. Absolutely. And pray. 3-pointers, foul, hope they miss. If they make free throws, you can't win.
Rodriguez makes 2. He has 8 points on the last 2.5 minutes. That 3 won't go. Rodriguez is fouled with 20 seconds to go.
The personal foul, Southern Indiana, number 23, Glenn Rao. His first personal. 2 free throws, PointLoma. Number 3,
you got to give these kids credit. They come on the road in this environment and played really good team basketball, move the ball, execute. Every time Southern Indiana came at them, they pulled away again.
As we mentioned earlier, it's an environment that PointLoma and her Indiana was about to defeat West Texas A&M, and Ryan Looney told us his guys came back in the locker room and said, guys, we got to win this one so we can play in this environment. They wanted it. And Southern Indiana is not going to foul. PointLoma is going to the national championship game.
Final score,